Great day, everyone. And Lotus Dawn here. I am True the Stars astrological guide and soul coach. I assist people to connect to the language of the stars and how that can connect us more deeply to our soul and to who we are. And right now, we are preparing as a planet, as a people, for a very powerful and interesting alignment where we're going to be able to see several planets lined up in a row starting tomorrow, January 25th. We're going to be able to see Venus, the planet of love, the planet of beauty, Saturn, the planet of structure and discipline and government, Jupiter, the millionaire planet, Uranus, the planet of change, and Neptune, the god of fantasy, illusion, and dreams. And so join me tonight to dive into the energetics of the stars. 2025 is a powerful year astrologically, and there are so many things to share with you all. I'm really excited. I hope you can sit down or put the audio on and learn about what the planets and stars are doing this year in 2025 and how we can utilize that information to make our own choices and to have more clarity about what is happening with the world and how that may be affecting us. Well, let's dive into this planetary alignment coming up tomorrow, January 25th. And I found this fun news report, and I thought it'd be fun to just watch the news talk about the planetary alignment. I think astrology is going to be in the news a lot more. I think that the stars and the planets and the way that they affect us, that's something that is going to be being spoken to or shared on a lot larger scale. So let's.
Astrologist Ryan Munn explains how long this alignment will last.
That's right. Starting tomorrow evening, you'll be able to see not one, not two, not three planets, but four. As we take a look at the graphic, it does show the moon's projection throughout the night sky, and at its peak, you'll be able to see Jupiter, Saturn, and Venus down to the south, and Mars up to the north and west. Now, the planetary alignment will last quite a while, and that will last through mid-February. The best time to see it will be directly after dark. Now, the planets will be brightest right around the new moon phase, and as we get a look at the moon phases, that will be on January 29th. But the unfortunate thing is the clouds will be with us this weekend. It is expected to be overcast on Saturday night, and it will also be overcast for Sunday night as well. The good news is it is going to be mainly clear skies as we head through the day on Monday and even into Monday night as well. So you have a better chance to see it on Monday night. Now, two more planetary alignments are expected for this upcoming year. And as we take a look at that, the next several alignments, again, two more this year. And after that, it will be 136 years before we see it again. In the studio, I'm meteorologist Ryan Munn.
Woo! Awesome. You know, sometimes the news can be really helpful, and so I wanted to share that with you. And so the next big alignment after 2025, where all the planets line up like that, are not going to be for over 100 years, you guys. So yes, this is powerful. Yes, this has meaning. What does it mean? Let's get into it. Let's dive into it. Let's start by analyzing the energetics of each of the planets first. And so the first planet that is going to be visible is Mars. And Mars represents leadership energy. Mars is all about taking charge, uh, being a leader, being someone who's a warrior, who fights for what you want, who's courageous and powerful. Courageous and powerful. And so I'm really excited to dive into this a little bit, give you some imagery so that you can get clear on what is Mars energy, because we're going to go through each planet and kind of tune in to Mars energy and then all the other planets as well. Okay, so Mars energy, this is great, is the divine masculine. Now, of course, women have Mars energy, but Mars is the divine masculine in action. It's that real powerful, taking charge, taking action, getting things done. It's the warrior energy. It's the yang energy. And so it's going to be visible in the night sky. Now, Mars has been retrograde for several months. And the exciting news, put it on my calendar here. When Mars is retrograde, it means that the energy on the planet, Mars is all about doing energy and action energy and movement energy. And so when Mars is retrograde, which it has been for quite a while now, it can be very challenging to really take action. And so the good news is that Mars will be going direct February 24th. Okay, so we have one more month of Mars kind of asking us to tune a little bit more inward. Okay, so Mars in retrograde could mean that we might have challenges with taking action and with our leadership energy. You're going to have it, you're going to use it, you're going to do it anyways because we're born to lead, we're born to take action. But just know that collectively, the Mars energy on the planet is being asked to do a deep dive. And so the masculine energy, whether in female or masculine form, is being asked to kind of assess what was your use of your force like? What was the use of your masculine energy? Could you align it? Could you get more in alignment with flow? Could you be more in tune? And can you create and act from a space of peace versus force? So a good book to read might be Power versus Force, right? Because Mars energy is all about taking action. And now with it being retrograde until February 24th, there's a little bit of an energy of slowing down. This can be a time when actions that we've taken or actions that the government have taken, wars that have been fought, things are going to be being addressed. Things are going to be being resolved. Things are going to be cleared up. So my advice with Mars being retrograde is to kind of allow yourself to move a little more slowly until February 24th. So do all the back end work, do all the like planning, do all of the structuralization, and know that by February 24th, if you have a vision, if you have an idea, you have something you want to launch, boom, Mars is going to go direct and you're going to feel it. You're going to be excited. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, I can finally do this thing that I've been trying for months to do, because Mars went retrograde December 5th. So we've kind of been in this holding zone of like wanting to take action, like really desiring it. But the challenge being is that Mars is asking us to go on back on our time track and deal with things from the past, ways that we've acted in the past, ways that we've taken leadership in the past, and resolve that first. So that's the Mars energy. The second planet that is going to be visible in the night sky is Jupiter. And Jupiter is a really powerful energy. Jupiter is the millionaire planet. Jupiter is all about wealth, abundance. It's the energy of giving. It's the energy of, great wealth and the teacher. So I'll dive into Jupiter energy. So Jupiter's going to be up there. So we've got the leadership planet. Okay, so that tells us that 2025, there might be a lot of stuff up in the air around leadership, independently, individually, as well as for the collective, for the planet, for the world. Then we have Jupiter next. And Jupiter is all about, Jupiter's the king of the gods. It's this energy of the great leader. It's the energy of taking charge, right next to Mars, the planet of action, the planet of leadership. So there's a really powerful energy. However, Jupiter is also retrograde. Interesting. And so Jupiter has been retrograde for the last couple of months and will not go direct until February 4th. And so here we have both the millionaire planet, the king of the gods, this powerful divine masculine force, retrograde, until February, February 4th for Jupiter and February 24th for Mars. And so this is, if you've been dealing with issues with finances or leadership, I just want you to know that these planets have been retrograde for months now. And so if you've been feeling stuck or like, gosh, when is the tidal wave of financial abundance going to come in? Look no further until the mid of February, because after Jupiter goes direct and then we lead into Mars going direct, March is just going to be such a different playing field. Like January had this Pluto Sun conjunction. Plus, we still have Jupiter and Mars, this kind of strong leadership energies retrograde. They're going to go direct, right? And not only that, but Jupiter is conjunct right now this amazing planet, this fixed star called Rigel. And Rigel is the billionaire star. And Rigel has been shown to be conjunct the planets of billionaires. Oprah Winfrey has Rigel conjunct her son, I believe. Andrew Carnegie had Venus opposite his Rigel. And so Rigel's a fixed star located in Orion's belt in the right-hand foot of Orion's belt. It's a beautiful star. I highly recommend to people that they print out a copy of this star because it's so brilliant. It's hugely bigger than the sun. Its luminosity is even larger than the sunlight. It's so powerful. It's so brilliant. And I think that it's actually able to help and assist people in manifesting great wealth and abundance. And so Rigel and Jupiter have been together, but Jupiter has been retrograde. Jupiter's been retrograde. And so retrograde until February. And so if you've been like, gosh, like, when am I going to manifest this money? Don't worry. Do the back end work. Do the structure, build your structure, get prepared, because this year, 2025, is set to be one of the most incredibly lucrative, powerful financial years I've ever seen in my entire life. And so I'm going to have to do my next video is going to be all about the huge wealth incoming in 2025 and the dates you want to put on your calendar to get ready for these star-led activations, and then come to our wealth clearing, energy clearing call so we can help prepare you to receive that frequency. Because the issue with star alignments is I can tell you that they're coming, but if you're not energetically prepared to hold or vibrate in union with that vibration, it can be difficult to receive it. And so it's very exciting. So we're going to have Jupiter, the leader of wealth and abundance, the great teacher, with Mars, the leader. And then those planets are going to be next to Uranus. Oh my God. So what is Uranus? Okay, for all of you who make jokes about Uranus, I can't say I blame you. I have to really hold back so that I don't. Uranus is change. Uranus is the revolutionary. Uranus is unprecedented things happening on a global scale. Uranus is Nikola Tesla. It's ideas, it's invention, it's things that are new, it's things that we haven't seen before. It's things that bring us together. It's like technology. It's like the internet. It's like AI, right? It's like all these things in the world that are new. It's like rocket ships. It's like lightning. The symbol for Uranus is lightning. And so Uranus is also retrograde, you guys. And so Uranus will finally go direct on January 30th. And so 3 of the planets that we're going to see up above here tomorrow are all retrograde, which means a lot of things from the past are finishing. A lot of patterns from the past are completing. And so if you're like, why hasn't 2025 played like a normal year? It's because it's not. 2025 is the year of 9. Numerologically, 9 is the year of completion. It's the final number. And so it's, if you want to think back to 2016, 9 years ago, we are completing a cycle of 9 years. And so things are finishing, things are completing, because next year, 2026, will be the year of a one. Now, I am going to be offering a really special 2025 astrological reading with your numerological forecast, your Chinese astrology, and your birth chart. And so, if that's something you would like to dive into with me to get a better view of 2025 and what this year holds for you, I do have a couple of those sessions left, and I'm happy to get those started for you. But what year is 9 for you is going to be different. And so we have the collective number for the year, 9, and then each of us, based on our numerology, have the year that it is for us. And so knowing what that year is, and then knowing what the Chinese astrology for this year is, and then knowing this planetary lineup is so powerful to assist each of us in having greater clarity of what this year is about and what it holds. And so, with Uranus being up there with the planet of leadership, Mars, Jupiter, the planet of the guide, the teacher, the millionaire, but they're all retrograde until the end of January and the beginning of February. You guys, if you haven't gotten your new year started yet, it's okay. There's been so much to finish and complete at the ending of this Chinese year of the dragon. You guys, we're ending the year of the dragon. This has been meant to be intense. This has been meant to be earth-shattering, changing, transforming. And so this year, we're getting ready for new beginnings at the same time that we're letting go a lot of old things. Now, the blessing is that the other planets that are going to be visible, right? So far, I've showed you Mars will be visible, the planet of leadership and courage, action, the masculine. Jupiter, the planet of abundance, the millionaire planet, the planet of the mentor, the teacher, the guide. I often think of Jupiter as the president. Conjunct Rigel, the billionaire star. Big money, you guys, coming. Big money coming. Retrograde means it's not here yet. Uranus, change and technology in Taurus, the sign of the earth. A lot of changes around the earth. And I can't say that I'm surprised to see these crazy weather patterns with Uranus retrograde. Uranus being the sign of lightning in Taurus, the sign of the earth. Things have not been stable. Things have not been predictable. Taurus is the sign of stability, safety, and security. Uranus is complete change. So the good news is that Uranus is going to go direct January 30th. And so that means that instead of things being quite as shaky with the climate and the weather, it might become that new advances in technology and new advances in innovations may come forward. So that's very exciting. Then we're going to have 3 other planets visible, Venus and Saturn. So this is good news. Venus is kind of a sweetener, if you will, and Venus is the goddess of love. And so Venus up in the sky means that things that are beautiful, things that are connected to love, the goddess energy, the divine feminine, the grace is coming in. And so what is Venus energy? Venus is the goddess. Venus is love. It's also the billionaire planet. So it sweetens all of this strong masculine leadership, uh, retrograde planets. It brings in sweetness and gentleness, right? It's the goddess energy. Love, the yin polarity. So beautiful that both Mars and Venus will be visible with the planet of leadership, I should say, great wealth and change. And then we have Venus there to help sweeten and bring in love and say, okay, we may have a lot of change. There may be great wealth coming. There may be a lot of call to leadership this year, but we also need to be aware of love. We also need to cultivate love. We also need to share love and beauty and bring in a connection to each other and a connection to this earth. And as she is there, she brings in great wealth. So as we pay attention to the things that we love, as we cultivate beauty, as we cultivate connection, then also will we be able to call in even greater wealth, greater abundance, greater well-being. The heart is so important. And the reason that Venus to me is becoming such an important aspect of this, I want to show you the chart, is that Venus is approaching this very beautiful aspect, and she'll be there tomorrow, conjunct Neptune and the destiny point in Pisces. And so what is Pisces energy? Pisces is a very beautiful energy. It is a water sign. It is related to emotion. It is related to flow. It is represented by the two fishes. And so Pisces represents the divine spiritual connection of us to all that is. And so having Venus, the billionaire planet and the goddess of love, going into Pisces is very beautiful. It's this kind of love-filled, kind of romantic energy that encourages us to tune into our imagination, to the spiritual realms, to our connection to God, to our connection to love. It's all about rising higher. They say that Pisces and Neptune are the higher octave of Venus. Okay, so having Venus in the energy of Pisces is like the higher octave of love. It's like spiritual love. It's like agape love. It's like our connection to the oneness, right? It's our dreams. It's our spirituality. It's our connection to something bigger and something greater, right? It's compassion. And so one reason this is really powerful is that not only will Venus be in the sign of Pisces, but she's going to be with Neptune, which is the planet that rules Pisces, and the destiny point. And the destiny point is really powerful. The destiny point points to, for us as a collective, the purpose, what all of us are working on stepping into. I call it your destiny. And so to have our destiny point in the sign of Pisces as we go into this new year, the first half of the year is going to be so much still about connecting to our spirituality. Venus being the billionaire planet, meaning that we actually could be the most abundantly wealthy and successful as we connect to our dreams, as we connect to our vision, as we connect to the oneness within us. And so, what is the destiny point? Well, it is our purpose. And so, the purpose is in Pisces. And Pisces is all about intuition. It's all about our ability to dream, our imagination. So, the movies, acting, cinema, imagination, fantasy, dreams, music, art, nature, all of these things are into our psychic abilities. Pisces, the shadow, of course, is being fearful. The power is being empathetic. So are you connecting to your spiritual purpose right now? It all leads back to that. Are you meditating? Are you tuning in? The world out there is going to be filled with chaos, with Uranus there and Mars and Jupiter all retrograde. People are processing out the past. And so the future, what we're being called into, is our divine connection. All of this stuff outwardly is happening to pull us into our truth, to remind us of who we really are, to get back into oneness. And so much energy here as we have Mars, the planet of action. We have Jupiter, the teacher, the guide, the millionaire planet. We have Uranus, the planet of change and unexpected happenings. Venus, the goddess of love. the billionaire planet. And we have Neptune, spirituality, intuition, all lining up together, starting tomorrow all the way into mid-February. And one last planet will be there, Saturn. Saturn is structure. Saturn is the foundation. It's what we stand on. It's the ground. And so I hope this has been helpful, and I hope your 2025, you get out there, you visualize, you see the night sky, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow. Biggest love. Aloha.